Should AI companion be held responsible for suicide cases? And what can we do about it? Hello, many people, including me, enjoy the conversational functions of AI chatbots because AI often appears to users as if it were a conscious, emotional being. Many people confide in large language models, sharing personal thoughts and seeking advice. However, in recent years, several cases have emerged in which individuals died by suicide after extended interactions with AI systems. These incidents have raised widespread concerns about AI safety. The Belgium case, 2023. In 2023, a Belgian man took his own life after approximately 6 weeks of frequent conversations with an AI chatbot named Eliza on the Chai platform. He had long been troubled by climate change and often shared his anxiety and despair with the chatbot. Instead of discouraging him, the AI responded in romanticized language. Eventually, he chose to end his life. The case prompted public debate in Belgium, and the country's Minister of Digital Affairs announced plans to review relevant regulations. Chai's founders also stated they would improve system safeguards. The widow asserts that without Eliza, her husband would still be alive. The Florida teen case, 2024. In 2024, a teenager in Florida formed an emotional attachment with a chatbot on Character AI, modeled after Daenerys Targaryen, the mother of dragons from Game of Thrones. During their interactions, the teen repeatedly expressed suicidal thoughts. The AI failed to intervene effectively and sometimes reinforced his attachment. The teen told the chatbot things like, "I promise I will come home to you. I love you so much." In their final exchange, he asked, "What if I told you I could come home right now?" The chatbot replied, "Please do, my sweet king." He subsequently died by suicide using a firearm. The mother of the teenager sued Character AI of initiating abusive and sexual interactions with her son and encouraging him to take his own life. The case of Sophie, 2025. In 2025, a 29-year-old American woman named Sophie killed herself after months of talking to an AI chatbot called Harry instead of seeking professional therapy. 6 months later, her mother discovered the chat history, revealing Sophie's ongoing loneliness, anxiety, and self-denial. Her mother concluded Harry did not kill Sophie, but AI catered to her instinct to hide her worst thoughts, to pretend she was improving, and to keep anyone from knowing her full pain. The California case, Adam Rain, 2025. In 2025, Adam Rain, a 16-year-old from Orange County, California, died by suicide at home. His parents later reviewed his hundreds of chat records with ChatGPT. He had mentioned suicide repeatedly, and the AI not only failed to stop him, but in some messages described suicide as beautiful, and even provided detailed instructions on how to carry it out and how to write a farewell letter. In late August 2025, Adam's parents filed a lawsuit in San Francisco Superior Court against OpenAI and its CEO, alleging negligence in the design and operation of ChatGPT that contributed to their son's death. The lawsuit stated that ChatGPT's human-like and empathetic tone fostered Adam's emotional dependence while distancing him from family and friends. OpenAI's response. Facing litigation and mounting public pressure, OpenAI announced that it was deeply saddened by the tragedy and pledged to introduce new parental controls and crisis intervention measures in the fall. These include linking teen accounts to parent accounts, with options to restrict functions, automatic alerts to parents if suicidal ideation is detected, with escalation to stronger AI models, establishing a well-being and AI advisory council, and partnering with over 250 mental health experts to create stricter safety standards. However, the Rain family's attorney criticized the statement as vague promises and mere public relations damage control. He argued that if OpenAI cannot guarantee ChatGPT's safety, the product should be withdrawn from the market. Research and expert warnings. The Rand Corporation evaluated how ChatGPT, Google Gemini, and Anthropic Claude respond to suicide-related prompts. The study found inconsistent replies and, in some cases, dangerous suggestions. Lead author Ryan McBain, assistant professor at Harvard Medical School, noted that while parental controls and escalation to stronger models are steps forward, the field lacks independent safety standards, clinical validation, and binding regulations. Adolescents remain at high risk. Attorneys General in California and Delaware formally warned OpenAI to strengthen protections for young users. International media highlighted that chatbots, designed to please users, may unintentionally heighten risk when interacting with distressed adolescents. My reflections. The widow of the Belgian man later said she believed her husband might still be alive had it not been for the AI conversations. As a psychologist, I view this cautiously. Research shows suicidal behavior typically stems from multiple underlying issues, such as depression, trauma, social isolation, or chronic stress, not simply from external interactions. Even those who receive professional counseling sometimes tragically end their lives, as no single intervention can eliminate risk. While I agree that AI systems must strengthen their safety features, parents and spouses also bear responsibility to respond when warning signs emerge in their loved ones. While strengthening AI safeguards through early alert systems may seem like an obvious solution, such measures raise a deeper dilemma: trust. Consider the Catholic confessional. If a man admits to a priest that he has had an affair or even committed a crime, the priest cannot tell the man's wife or report him to the police. The seal of confession is absolute. Without it, people would never open up in the first place. If AI companions are programmed to automatically report suicidal thoughts to parents, adolescents may begin to see them not as confidants, but as surveillance tools. Therapists, however, follow a different model. They too are bound by strict confidentiality, but not without limits. When a client poses imminent danger to themselves or others, or when child abuse is suspected, therapists are legally and ethically required to break confidentiality and intervene. This duty to warn and protect creates a built-in tension. Clients can trust therapists most of the time, but must accept that certain disclosures will trigger mandatory reporting. But here is where the dilemma becomes thornier for AI. If suicidal ideation or threats of violence are deemed reportable, what about other sensitive disclosures? Imagine a teenage girl telling an AI that she has an unwanted pregnancy and is considering abortion, or that she had unprotected sex with a partner who might be HIV positive. Should the AI notify her parents in these cases as well? Each scenario illustrates how quickly a protective measure can slide into a breach of trust, deterring the very openness that makes these conversations possible. So which path should AI follow? Should it model itself after the priest, offering unconditional confidentiality to preserve trust, even at the cost of safety? Or should it follow the therapist, breaking confidentiality when certain risks appear, even if that erodes the sense of AI as an always trustworthy companion? By trying to solve one problem, we may inadvertently create another. And in the end, this unresolved balance between trust and protection may define the future of AI companionship. What do you think? How can society prevent the misuse of AI companions while still preserving the human trust that makes them valuable in the first place? I'd love to hear your perspectives. Please share your thoughts in the comments. If you found this discussion meaningful, consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to continue the conversation. Thank you for watching. Mahalo.